Good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck Juddles. I want to welcome you to the channel. I don't know, I'm just going to ask you a question this morning. Have you ever taken a combustion motor apart from a propane or a gas-fired furnace? If you haven't, stay tuned. We're going to do it right here. Alright guys, so this is your typical combustion blower motor for a gas-fired furnace. They're, I'll read it right off the label here. 1500 RPM, 115 volt AC, and these are a Class B motor. And these supply the combustion air when you start your furnace. This kicks on and keeps from getting a concentration of gas as it fires. So it kind of pushes the propane or the gas around, so you don't have a big explosion in your furnace before it fires off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this puppy apart. It doesn't appear to be too hard. I think what we're going to do here is do these first. Let me get a wrench. I don't have a good pair of pliers here that'll do that. So, alright, we'll be back in just a short. Alright guys, so now I got the right tool. We'll pull these two nuts off of here, and that should split the case. Oh, that's tight to the last doggone thread. There we go. There's one. Second one should be just like it. So there those are. Alright, so let's take a little look at that and see why it doesn't want to come off. Okay, so what we got here is this harness. It comes in here, the black wires go up here to the field, the red wires go down here to whatever it's doing, but there's a crossbar in here, right there. So we're going to cut that bar like that, and that should give us enough leeway to get that off of there. Let's see, we got the wires there, so we'll just take them as we go. And there that is. So that's how easy that comes apart, or I guess it was easy. So now we got a couple more nuts here with thread sealer on them. And we got the winding here, and we got the ground, and we're not seeing what's holding that on either. A clip here is doing that, so we should be able to. Let's go right about there. There's one. That's not up. Yeah, there it is. And there, two, and this should be the last one, three, cut, and this should come right off. Oh, we cut that one. These are spring mounted, very interesting. These are springs, but two of them, they hold the pressure on this. Very cool. Interesting little piece. So I've taken apart a few of these in the past, and as they get newer, they get made cheaper. And so what they've done now, they put this, we'll call it a plastic retainer on it, and that's kind of holding the shaft in. And we're going to try to... Ah! Oh, you're close now, aren't you? Yeah. There it is. That's all we were trying to do, and I was hoping that all this would come with it, and obviously it didn't. Out from this end. After we get this out, let's get this lid out here. I can go to steel with this other little bit of junk. And all the windings are here. So we should be able to drive this shaft out. So let me grab a hammer real quick and see, does that go? I was going to show you how that came off, but it was 2 slugs with a hammer, and there it is. So this is, let's see, what is this? That's obviously steel, and this steel. Oh, maybe we have some cast aluminum there, but we don't. So that'll go in a steel bucket. There's a retainer clip. And here's what was holding it on, the bearing. And we'll have to take that off. I'm going to take this over to the anvil, because I've got a square hole over there. I can drive that through, so we'll give it a shot from there. Alright guys, so I've got that stuck in the hole on the try to what you saw shatter there was the fan. Well, so we're going to pry this out now. So the only thing holding it is this clip right here. Right there. Okay, we'll be back. So, what we've got now is, this is where the fan was right here, and there's still pieces of it falling out. There. But this little clip here, and I'm not sure I can get it out trying it. We'll give it a go here and see. Very interesting. And put it back in the anvil and drive it out here. Right there. Okay. We will be back again. So I got the punch just barely started in here. I just gave it a couple taps. And we'll see if we can wiggle that. Oh, there it is. So there's what was holding up the show. So now what we got is the armature. It's stuck in the hole on the bearing. So there's nothing in this armature to speak of. Aluminum, steel here, the shaft is steel, and we may drive that shaft out of there. We'll be back. So we spent enough time playing with this thing now that we did get this off. So this is all complete there. I'm gonna take take a grinder. So those things are out. Yeah, right there, right there, right there, there, right there. Kind of like opening a can of veggies. Oh. Okay. So now we got windings here. I'd like to say they're copper. Okay. So let me take a peruse of this and I'll be back. Alright guys, so this is as close as I can get on this, but I did just take a file. And if you look right here, that's copper windings. So these are all copper in here. It's just a case of finding out how to take it out of here. Now, I think what I may do is I'll split that case. So I'm going to try to cut this right where it was when they first made this. You can see the lines right here. So here goes nothing. I'm going to try not to shoot this towards the camera. So that's scrap. This is steel. And these are all copper. Let me hit a couple of them here. I still have my file. All right, guys, we're going to cut this. Again, I'm going to be 180 out from the one I cut right there when I cut this off. So we'll cut it right here. You can see the mark right there. And I'm going to cut down to the top of that coil. We should be able to pry both halves of this off. We'll see. All right, guys, we're going to cut this. Again, I'm going to be 180 out from the one I cut right there when I cut this off. So we'll cut it right here. You can see the mark right there. And I'm going to cut down to the top of that coil. We should be able to pry both halves of this off. We'll see. It didn't take long. I'm not sure I'm 100%. Yeah, I am through that one. So, see if we can, he's got a lot of glue on this plastic, and I'm not sure this is going to work, so let's get after it. We try to do this without being seriously injured. Interesting. Okay, so the plastic's starting to break. Okay, so there it is. Here I am. So you can see right here where that tab used to be. I'm going to cut it there and do the same on this side. So let's get after it. Exactly sure what's holding this copper in. So I'm going to make one more trip over to the anvil, and as close as I can get it to you. So we will proceed now, right here. Well, that's a good sign. All the yellow plastic's breaking. Good. I got it cut apart. I just took this grinder and cut right here, cut right through on that side, on that side, on that side, and on here. So now all we got to do is work on this, pulling these apart, which is going to be way too long to try to do in this video, and then we can get all this copper out of here. And that's going to be the thing that we're after here, is all this copper, not this steel. Great big pile of steel here that isn't worth anything. The copper here doesn't have the value because everything else is steel. And steel, the last I checked, was like 4 cents a pound. So copper's up, but not far enough for me. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, give it a great comment, come back again. Thanks so much for watching, guys. You guys stay safe and stay blessed out there.